Hi, Juan.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Well,
Excellent. Are you feeling better?
yeah, I'm feel better. Thanks for
That's
asking.
great. Very good. Oh, I think it's am I frozen, Juan? You're frozen.
Frozen?
Uh-huh. Like your picture's still.
Okay.
Your video?
Oh, no, no. I can see you. I
Okay.
can see you
That's
very well. Can you see
okay.
me?
Very good. You're frozen, but that's okay.
Okay.
I just was
Okay.
making sure you could see me. Um, Very good. How was work today?
How was work today? More or
Uh-huh.
less. Yeah. Yeah. We have a lot of tasks, but
Mhm.
it's been okay. How you say? Ha estado bien. It's been okay. It has been okay.
Yeah, it's been okay.
It's been okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, that's perfect. Or it's been good. You could say either one. Mhm.
Okay.
Very good. Well, that's great. And how is your wife doing? Is she feeling okay?
She's okay. She's okay. Um, I'm still like keep it, or how you say that, saved, como encerrado.
You're still isolating, right? I am still
Isolated. Yeah, I'm still
or you could say
isolated.
quarantining as well. Isolating.
Yeah, but today
I'm still
we
isolating.
will go
Mhm.
for a new test. So afternoon,
Oh,
uh,
super.
in afternoon, no, how you say? Yeah, in afternoon, or we will know the the the
Uh,
results. The result.
uh-huh.
Mhm.
Exactly. In the afternoon, we will know the results. So
Mhm.
if you have to keep isolating or if you can come out of quarantine, right?
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, I'm
Very
stressed.
good. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Desperate, desesperado, desperate.
Desperate? Desperate?
Yeah, when you are in the same place all the time and you need to go outside because yeah, maybe you can inhale air from outside. How you say
Oh,
inhalar,
okay.
respirar aire puro.
You want to go outside to breathe in the fresh
Breathe,
air?
breathe
Mhm.
fresh air.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, very good. So you'll get to go out. Are you going to go to get the test by yourself, or is your wife going with you for the COVID test?
No, she will go with me.
She will go with you. Very good. Excellent. Well, I hope it comes out negative. I hope that
Thank you.
you have gotten rid of coronavirus because
Mm-hmm.
that can be stressful.
I know.
Okay, Juan, are you ready to finish this lesson for today?
Okay.
All right, so let's do it. So we have vocabulary practice. So
Mm-hmm.
read each sentence, then rephrase the sentence using the word in bold. So you're going to read
Okay.
the sentence first, and then we're
Okay.
going to try to remake the sentence with this bolded word. Mhm.
Proposal. She will go over her idea during the meeting.
Mhm.
Okay. Then rephrase the sentence using the word in bold. Okay. She will over her idea. Okay. Mm, she will go over. She will go over her proposal during the meeting.
Mhm. Exactly. So you're going to take out idea and use proposal. That was perfect. Very good. Mhm.
Okay.
Number 2.
Is everyone clear on what they should do? Is everyone clear on what they should do? what they should do. Maybe is everyone clear on what task, or on what they, what task? Just solo así.
So you could say it a couple. You could say it a couple ways. So you could say, "Is everyone clear on what task they should do?"
Okay.
Or you could just say, "Is everyone clear on what task?"
Okay.
On what task on what task. But it's best to just put task to make it more clear here. Is everyone clear on what task they should do?
Okay.
So it's just adding that in, right? So you could take it out or leave it in. That question you can do either or, okay?
Okay.
Very good. Okay. Number 3.
We are going to work together on this project. Okay, we are going to collaborate together on this project.
And you don't even need to have together. You could say, we are going to collaborate on this project. Because collaborate means working together. Okay? So that would be repeating it, being like a little repetitive. So you don't need that together. Very good. Excellent. Okay, number 4.
The goal of this meeting is to reach a conclusion about the new bylaws. Okay. The goal of this meeting is to reach a decision about the new bylaws.
Exactly. To reach a decision. Bylaw is just like a law. It's a smaller law, like a subclause law. So it's like ley. Just a different type. So a bylaw. It's usually to like kind of either write over a law or like write an exception or another little part of the law is a bylaw.
Okay.
Very good. That's excellent. You did that perfectly. Okay. Let's look at meeting productivity. Can you read one?
Average business meetings last about an hour. However, many employees complain that time is not well spent. Came from medio. Okay, about 1 hour, right?
So average business meetings last about an hour. However, many employees complain that time is not well spent. So let's look at this first question. So how much time do you spend in meetings during a typical week?
How much time?
So if you had
about hours?
Yep, exactly. Hours, minutes, the literal time that you're sitting in a meeting.
Maybe 6 hours.
6 hours a week? Oh my goodness. Wow. That's so much. And the second part, wow. So, and the second part is, how effective is that time? Do you think those meetings are a good thing, or do you think they're kind of like a waste of time?
Maybe of 6 hours, just 4.5 hours. 4.5
are productive.
Are productive.
Yeah. 4.5 hours. Yeah. Wow. So like about an hour and a half is kind of just, it's not really productive usually. Okay. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Let's look at the second one. So who do you meet with most often for work?
Who do you meet with most often for work? With my
Meaning
leader.
like your boss, your leader.
Meet with my leader.
So that's your boss, right? Your team, your manager almost?
My manager. and companions as
Oh,
well.
wow. Very good. And colleagues. Colleagues,
Colleagues.
right?
What is the difference?
Mm-hmm. Companion is a friend.
Okay.
Companion in English means more of like, when you say companion in English, it means more of like a friendship. In a workplace, like a professional word to call your coworker is a colleague.
Okay.
Is a colleague.
Now you
That's the
can
more
use
professional.
colleagues or co-worker.
Mhm. You could say either one, coworker or colleague. Colleague is more professional. It's a more formal way to say, someone I work with is colleague. That's the more professional way to say it, or formal way to say it. Very good. And let's look at the second part. So when and where do you meet?
When and where do you meet? When? Every day. Where? Every day. We have dailies at 9 a.m. always, every day. And where? On Teams. Teams Foundation. No, Teams. Yes, Microsoft Teams.
Ah, okay. So it's like a video meeting, like a digital
Yeah, just call meeting.
Wow.
Almost never
Good.
we turn on the camera.
Oh, you don't have to? Wow.
No.
That's nice. That's a nice one.
I'm using a shirt, or what is the word for this? T-shirt or shirt? T-shirt.
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 And when I needed
right?
to go to the office, usually I use shirts.
Yeah. Like a button-down shirt, right? With buttons? Button-down shirt. Very nice. Excellent. So, wow. Usually, well, it depends, I guess. Usually they make you turn on your camera.
What is
so that's nice. You don't. What you just told me you wear to work, right? Okay. A button-down shirt.
Okay.
Right? Or do you not wear a button-down shirt to work?
No. Yo, por ejemplo, estas son playeras, t-shirt, and where is my shirt? And con botones son shirt, camisa.
Yeah. So that's a button-down shirt. That's what I sent right there. Button-down shirt.
Button-down shirt.
So that's like a more formal shirt for men.
Okay.
And then there's also polos, which are like halfway button, but they're not all the way down, right? They're a little bit, they're more dressy than a t-shirt, but not as dressy as a button-down shirt. It's kind of in between the two, right?
Okay.
Very good. Okay, let's look at this next one. So could you make your work meeting more time effective? How so?
How so? Maybe talking just about work, or any personal things.
It's like, get rid of it, right? Take it out of the meeting. Very good. Do you all talk about personal things a lot on meetings, or just sometimes?
Not a lot, just sometimes.
Just sometimes. That's a little normal, I feel like. Very good. Okay. And the last one. What makes a meeting productive?
When you have a meeting, you need to have the idea of that meeting. So you need to have the questions, and the other person need to know the answers. So that can make a meeting productive.
Exactly. Have an agenda, right? What you're going to talk about. know the questions, and hopefully the leader will have some answers, right? Or solutions to the problems.
Exactly.
Very good. Excellent. I agree with you. Very good. Okay. All right. Meeting structure and phrases. So, what other phrases can you think of for each stage? So, let's look at stages of the meeting first. So, let's look at this first one.
Open the meeting.
Open the meeting. And if you're the person that's doing that, like the leader, you could, these are good phrases to know for opening, right? You want to practice them, like good morning,
Good
good
morning, good
afternoon, or
afternoon.
to everyone, right? You could say good morning to everyone or good afternoon, everyone.
Okay.
And then you can kind of start the meeting, right? Very good. Number 2.
Welcome and introduce new participants.
So this is a good phrase to introduce.
Please join me in welcoming.
In welcoming.
Welcoming. Please join me in welcoming.
So usually, like if you have a new coworker or maybe a new person on your team, the leader or the person heading the meeting would say, please join me in welcoming Catherine to our team, right? So just like a person that could be coming into the team. So that's a really nice way to introduce someone, a very professional way. So that's a good one. I don't know if you want to write these down or maybe take a picture, but these are really good, useful phrases for the meeting if you want them. So let's look at number 3.
Go over the agenda. Go over. Our aim today is to first. What's mean aim?
Our goal. What we're aiming for. What our goal is.
Okay.
So aiming is like a goal, to aim. Also, it can mean like when you're shooting something like a gun or something, you have good aim, right? That's also, there's 2 meanings. It could be aim in shooting something, or it can be like looking towards something, a goal to aim to.
Okay.
Does that make sense? A little bit?
A little bit.
Very good. Okay. Let's look at number 4.
Okay. Close an item, then move on to the next. Okay. Let's move on to the next item.
So this is just a phrase. So if you went over the agenda and everything, then you can go and start into the meeting or go to the next point that you need to make. Very good.
Okay.
Okay, let's look at number 5.
Summarize the meeting. Summarize.
Summarize.
Summarize. Shall is shall or shall?
Shall.
Shall I go over the main points? Okay.
So this is basically, I don't know if your leaders do this at all, but sometimes if it's a really important meeting or like a very something that you really needed to go over with your team, they at the end will sometimes summarize what you all went over, meaning just kind of going over one more time about all the things that you talked about.
How can
so I don't know if your team oops.
How can I use shall, the shall word, in other ways?
Shall we go to dinner?
Shall.
Shall is another, that's a very formal, you're not going to hear that a lot in the United States anymore. You could say should.
Should, okay.
As well.
instead of.
Should I go over the main points? No, this is very formal, so you could see this in a business setting, but shall also could be should. That's like the most similar word that you could use for that. Like, should I go over the main points, or shall I go over the main points? So they're synonyms. They mean similar things.
I heard this phrase.
But you're not gonna.
Shall we go?
Huh?
Shall we go? Shall we go?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Shall we go on a walk, or shall we go to the office? It's just like a polite way of asking if you'd like to, or if we should.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah. All right. Let's look at number 6.
Agree on a date, time, place for next meeting. Okay. The next meeting will be on at.
So, for example, the next meeting will be on Wednesday at 8:30 a.m., right? So this is just a nice little phrase to give you the day, which would be after on, and the time is after at.
Okay.
All right. And the last one.
Okay, close the meeting. Thanks for your participation.
You can usually bosses aren't going to say participation because that's kind of expected of us, right, in a meeting. But you'll hear like, thank you for your time today. Thank you for all of your input. You're not going to hear, or I don't think you would, for participation much, but maybe you might hear it. But it's more of just like a thank you. Do all of those make sense, Juan? Very good. Excellent. Okay. Let's look at our next slide. So, preparing for a meeting. Can you read one?
Yeah, meetings are more productive with adequate.
Adequate
preparation by both the leaders and the attendees. Prepared leaders are well organized and give structure to the meeting, and prepared attendees participate in constructive conversation and feedback. Okay. Adequate.
So that just means sufficient. You've done it, right? Good. It's like you've done all of your preparation for the meeting. You've done adequate preparation. That means when you get there, you're going to be organized. You're going to have all your points ready. You're just going to be ready to go. That's an adequate preparation.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I sent you the translation as well in Spanish as well. Very good. Okay, let's look at this first question. So, what do you do to prepare before a meeting?
What do you do to prepare before a meeting? Questions. You need to be clear. You need to be clear the topic that you will talk with your colleagues.
Exactly. So you're going to prepare your questions, maybe some comments or concerns too. I always, obviously, a pen and paper, right, to write down notes. I guess if you are leading the meeting, you would need to organize the agenda, have all the information that you want to go over ready, right? It depends on who you are in the meeting, right? If you're the leader, it takes a little bit more time, right? If you're just an attendee, then you probably just need your pencil and paper and some questions, like you said, right?
What is the difference between a meeting face-to-face and online meeting? I mean,
there's
the meeting is the same. The action is when several people or several person they are talking each other.
Oh, like over each other, like interrupting, or
no? I mean, a meeting is a junta, no? Es una reunión.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can use meeting. And doesn't matter if it's physical. Is physical or physical?
Physical.
Physical. Siempre tengo problemas con eso. Physical or online. It doesn't matter.
It's the same. It's the
same. Okay.
A business meeting. It's just a different form, right? You could do, a conference call. That's a little different. That's old school, though. They don't really do those anymore. We used to call those, when it was over the phone, those were called conference calls. But with these, like the FaceTime or like the video meetings, they're meetings. They're still meetings. Very good. Excellent. All right, let's look at this second one.
Do you tend to speak up in meetings or listen more? Why? It depends. It depends. If I have doubts, I speak a lot or I talk a lot.
I speak a lot, or I ask a lot of questions, right?
I ask a lot of questions. Yeah. That's why. Yeah.
Super. That's normal. I do that too. Very good. Excellent. Okay, let's go to number 3. We only have about 2 minutes. Let's see if we can finish.
Okay. Do you take notes during the meeting? Do you take notes in English or your native language? Yeah, I take notes during the meeting, but just in Spanish.
Just in Spanish, because the meetings are in Spanish too, right?
Exactly.
Very good. Excellent. Okay. Let's look at the last question.
Okay. Have you ever led a meeting? Was it in English or another language? How did it go? If not, would you like to? Yeah, I led a meeting a lot of times, actually. But in Spanish.
Wow, cool.
I would like to lead lead a meeting in other language, in English, because I know I can speak just Spanish and just a little bit English, but that's all.
Yeah, but your English is great. But that's interesting that you enjoy leading meetings. I am opposite.
Really?
I'd rather not speak in front of
I don't think so. You can
really?
talk a lot. Yeah, you can speak a lot.
Oh, I get too nervous. I start getting like really nervous and shaky, and I don't like speaking in front of people.
I guess you have a lot of friends.
A lot of friends?
A lot of friends.
I have some good friends. I have some good friends. Maybe not a lot, but oh, thanks, Juan. That's really sweet. That is so sweet. And I'm sure you do too, Juan. Very good. Okay, Juan, my next student is calling in, but next time we'll finish up this lesson and just keep continuing, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Juan, I'll see you next time.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.